A group of protesters marched from Arawaki to Rosin Square on Majority Rule Day, protesting the country's move to become part of the World Trade Organization, WTO. Organizers of the march say they're concerned about what will happen with taxes, trade, and the way decisions are made. Say No to WTO committee member Paul Moss explained why the group felt it was important to put this event together.
Well, this WTO so fundamentally changes everything in this society, the economy, even how we live. And therefore we say that because it's so fundamental, there has to be a take by the government to get the views of the Bahamian citizen. It's not fair, it's not right for a few members of parliament and their appointees to take us in a direction that we believe is not right for the country. And this is why we're here, this is why we're going to march, we're going to pick up steam, and we're going to continue on until we get the result that we want. That is, that the government walks away from this, or we have a referendum for the Bahamian people to decide.
Well, other members of the Say No to WTO team support the idea of the people of the Bahamas having a say in the final decision.
It was quite a process because, it's difficult to get a bunch of different people with different ideas, strong ideas together, but we saw that it was very important for us to stand on this particular cause because this is something that's going to affect everyone in the nation. It is a trade agreement, but trade affects us all because that's the money that goes in and out of the economy, and so every Bahamian should understand what our country is getting into, why they're getting into it, whether it should benefit or not benefit them, and they should have a choice to make that decision on something that's going to be a contract.
They're not actually telling the Bahamian people what is on the table. The taxes. I'm concerned about the taxes. I have an issue with that. Tell us exactly what's going on. Put this to a referendum. Let the people decide what they want.